Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Hello there, Liv. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Mandy. Welcome in. I'm glad to see you all. I'm excited for tonight. Look at all those beautiful emotes being thrown out. I love it. Ski. Hope everyone had an amazing Sunday. Tonight we got something really.
Yep.
Thank you for blurping all over everyone, Jeff. How was your Sunday? I hope everyone had a great Sunday. Hello there. Yeah, very excited tonight because we're going to be doing an interview with Buneary and going to get to know your friends better once again, which is pretty awesome. We're going to be doing some Nintendo Switch gameplay while we are doing the interview, so I had to kind of rearrange my room a little bit, my space, because normally I sit over there facing monitors this way. I had to swivel my monitors around and then move everything out over here. Hopefully it works though. I'm not used to like the computer screen being over there, you know, it's like it's usually right in front of me here, but yeah, hopefully I'll get used to it. I'm very excited for this. I'm glad to hear it, Liv. It was okay. How was yours? Mine was good, thanks. I mostly just cooked and ran errands, so pretty normal. But what did everyone else get up to on your Sundays? Love to hear about what your Sunday was like. So tonight, Buneary, if you are in here or whenever you get in here, feel free to just say hello and I'll invite you into the call. And hopefully this works well. I've never really used my Nintendo Switch online without it being plugged into an Ethernet cable. Oh, you're here? Okay. All right, let's do the invite. So you should receive an invite through the chat window, I believe. Send invite, go. All right. So yeah, I believe you should receive an invite through the chat window, as opposed to through Twitch notifications, but I'm not 100% sure. So we'll see in a second if you can find the notification. Yeah, thank you very much for doing this, Buneary. I agree. All right, so we'll get started here in just a moment. Here. Okay. It says in queue. It's coming. It's coming quick. Okay. Let me get rearranged here. Let me know if you guys can hear me well here, or if that's too loud, too soft, and also about the sound quality, everything like that. If you can hear Buneary clearly. Yeah, so this is just for today, Ori. Okay, so Buneary is gonna jump in. Okay, here we go. Add to call. Can you hear me right now, Buneary?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's a little low. Let me just see if I can turn that up a little bit. How's that?
Okay, I can't.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, I can't. It's good.
It's good?
For some reason, I can't hear you through there. Yeah.
Do you have the stream? Do you mute the tab for the stream? I'm too low? All right, we'll figure it out. So Buneary's just loading in right now, and then when she can hear me properly, we'll get it going. Is that better?
Yeah. I can. Yeah, I can hear. Well,
I think that's better. I think it's.
I unmuted the tab from Twitch and I hear you that way, but other than that, I can't hear.
Oh yeah. So okay. So.
Alright, let's try again.
Yeah, try see if that works again. Yeah, because if you mute the tab in Twitch, it will also mute the call. So you can just like close the stream or just mute. Press the mute button.
I figured it out. I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So last time I had Twitch on Chrome, I had muted the tab and it stayed muted. That was the problem.
Oh yeah. I have to go back and forth with the stream together thing all the time with that kind of thing.
Yeah. Because I use Microsoft Edge for everything.
Oh right.
So it's like, oh, it's not supported on Stream Together. Well, fine.
Sorry about that. it's a cool thing because if you were streaming right now, you'd have your stream in the top left hand corner, but for right now it just shows your username, which is kind of sweet. It's a little bit different than Discord.
Yeah.
And then it also, I believe, shows your name actually on the stream as well, which is kind of cool. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Looks like the volumes are looking good, so I think people are able to hear us both.
Sweet.
So yeah, before we start, I'm gonna see if I can get us both into an online game together. There we go. Joining Alexis. I'm not 100% sure how well the quality of this is gonna be though, because normally I use my Ethernet cable plugged into my Switch, but I obviously need it right now to stream on my PC. So, okay, sweet. Looks like you got full control.
Let's click in Pokemon Stadium 2.
Perfect. Do you know how to get rid of the little bar at the bottom of the screen?
No.
Nope. Oh, there we go. Just went away on its own. Okay. Instead of wait, that's all. All right.
Where would be the
do you want to start the minigames? Yeah. So this is Pokemon Stadium 2, which has some of the best minigames.
Like forever.
Yeah. Oh, alert! We got a raid coming in. Thank you so much for raiding Borgie. I hope you had an amazing stream. Welcome in.
Okay.
I believe the mini games were on the side of White City.
Okay, so here maybe.
In the White City area, but
oh, in White City area.
Yeah. Oh my god.
4 hype Borgie, 4 hype Borgie, 4 hype Borgie.
Okay, one sec, sorry, Buneary.
4 hype Borgie, 4 hype Borgie.
One sec, there's a lot of sounds coming in. Thank you so much for raiding Borgie, and thank you so much for subscribing. That is awesome. I'm gonna give a shout out to Borgie right here. If you haven't already checked out Borgie's stream, Borgie's awesome at Apex among other things, so definitely check out Borgie's stream right there. Got a couple other things. If there's any way to turn her up a bit, so let me know if the volumes are good or not, and I can adjust it. I can turn it up a little bit further if that helps. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that. I think the mini games are the bottom left, if I remember correctly, or top right.
Okay, bottom.
No, it's definitely not that. I think it's top right then.
Top right.
No.
Free battle.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. There's minigames.
It's been so long.
I was gonna say, you want to know the last time I played Pokemon Stadium 2 here?
Yeah, when was that?
It was definitely probably like 2002, 2003.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, this was the one. This was the one I played when I was younger too. Around 2000, 2001, 2003. Okay, so I will join in here in a second, but before I join in, do you mind if I just go through the little blurb at the beginning of the interview?
Oh, sure, totally.
Okay. Yeah, so this is just something I have to say at the beginning of every interview just to make sure everyone understands what's going on. So it is scripted, so I will be just reading directly off of here, so bear with me for a second. So welcome in, and thank you for agreeing to participate in this interview. Today, I will ask you a few questions about your personal life, your identity behind the screen, and your life experiences. Many of the questions are planned, but I may ask some stuff off the cuff as subjects come up. Some of these questions may be difficult to answer, so if at any time you don't feel comfortable or are unable to answer, feel free to just say next question. Would you like to begin the interview?
Of course, let's go.
All right, let's begin. All right, so I'm going to ask the first question, and then I'll join in on the game here. Can you start by telling us a little bit about your personal life, like your first name, age, where you live, and that kind of thing?
All right, so my first name's Alexis. I live in San Antonio. 30 years old, actually going to be 31 in a little less than 2 months.
Nice.
And pretty much when not gaming, I'm probably either at work or watching anime.
Nice. Good answer. So 30.
That's totally where I was this morning.
True, yeah. And what day is your birthday? Are you allowed to share that?
The 27th of
20,
July.
July 27th. All right, everyone put in your calendars. I'm writing it down myself. And how did you land on the username BunearyQueenAlexis?
So we're gonna go back to 2019. I don't know if you know the game Pokemon Go.
Yep.
So, well, people know in Pokemon Go now, raids and stuff with legendaries, all that.
Yep.
But back in 2019, that was still a thing, obviously. And me and some friends used to do a charity raid bus.
What's that?
It was basically, we'd have us plus, it would end up adding up to about 50 people plus the 2 people that were quote unquote running it, everything. They were more the figureheads, to be honest. And we'd drive around various locations in San Antonio to some of these gyms and stuff in Pokemon Go and do raids for the legendary. Well, this particular weekend, the legendary at the time was Latios.
Okay.
At the same time this raid was going on, there was a Safari Zone event that was giving out Shiny Shuckle as well. That was available. And the annual spring event that gave Shiny Buneary was out.
Okay.
On this bus, we're doing all these raids. We're clicking everything, all the other spawns going up. Everybody's getting Shiny Latioses. You got Shiny Shuckles. Look over to me. I can't get a Latios. I can't get a Shuckle, but I just clicked on like another Buneary, and at this point, in about 2 hours in, I've probably got about 30 Shiny Bunearies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I like to say that I was having Buneary Community Day, because that's how Community Day is. One Pokemon spawning in mass, and the shiny rates are holy shit. So because of how many Bunearys I got, one of my friends had dubbed me at the time the Buneary King.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, that would end up being my nickname. And then fast forward to 2020, 2021, when I began my transition and stuff, I decided to change my Twitch username to something more brand efficient. I was like, well, I can't be the Buneary King since I'm not a guy and stuff. So I decided, well, let's just change it to the Buneary Queen.
Nice.
And
then tacked on your first name at the end there?
Yeah, tacked on my first name. And it's like, and honestly, it also sounds like a trainer name when said like this too.
Yeah, it does actually, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, you feel free to start it whenever you want. Yeah, I didn't realize it was that recent.
Normal, easy, hard.
I would have gone easier normal.
I'm going easy considering.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. No matter which game you want to play.
Yeah, I guess let's just try them all, and then we could do the like tournament thing afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't realize how recent that was. So that's 2019 that you came up with the name Buneary. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So, can you tell us a little bit of what it was like for you growing up? What kind of kid you were, what your home was like, and that kind of thing?
So growing up, I grew up in like the rural area kind of deal. I pretty much grew up out in the country and all that.
Okay.
And so we did FFA, we did ag, we did all of that.
What are those things?
Like agriculture, like raising animals and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so I did all that, but it's like when I wasn't having to worry about them, I'm always in the back playing video games and stuff, looking up stuff on the computer. Like I honestly would much rather be on my computer than taking care of those animals.
Yeah, okay.
I hate to say it like that, but like, I mean, I had a decent home. Like, I mean, my dad and my mom separated when we were younger, but then my dad ended up remarrying and stuff like that. So.
And did you get along with your dad's new partner?
Stepmom, yeah, I get along with her more than I get along with my dad nowadays.
Oh wow, okay.
Let's be honest. Alright, go ahead and play a different game.
Yeah, feel free to keep switching them up. Oh, this is the one where you actually have to count them all. I remember this.
Shit.
I think they recreated this in Pummel Party, actually. Sweet. So that was you were kind of like outside San Antonio, in like the rural areas growing up.
Yeah.
And what was that like? Like, did you have? So you said you had access to a computer. Was that your own computer? Were you using someone else's?
It was pretty much my dad's computer for the most part. But then as soon as I was able to save up enough money, I ended up buying my own computer.
Right.
Hmm.
And did you have any like game systems?
I had all the Nintendo stuff.
Okay.
So it's Nintendo Switch now, obviously, but back then it was GameCube, N64, NES, the Game Boy Pocket, the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, SP, all
SP,
the
nice.
Nintendo stuff. Right?
The little foldy one.
Yeah, but I don't even know what I was supposed to be counting here.
I wasn't paying attention either. I think it was the Psyducks, but now I kind of forget. we were both way off.
Yeah. Happens. Oh, this is my favorite one. I'm just gonna keep clicking.
I had a system for this growing up where I would move my head in different directions, and now it's like coming back to me.
Right? I clicked the button too much.
Yeah. And so what kind of a kid were you when you were younger? Like what were your friends like, that kind of thing?
Honestly, I was pretty. I'm still kind of more of an introvert. It's like I hang out with my friends. We played Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, a lot of the card games and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'd only ever really interact with my friends. I could never sit out of my box and be like, oh, let's meet new people. If I met a new person, it was because one of my friends like, hey, I met this person. It's like they seem really nice and stuff. It's like, oh, cool. Now I'll kind of meet this person. But I wouldn't just be like going outside of my friend group, meeting people and kind of stuff like that.
True, yeah. Kind of had that like introverted, like I don't want to go out and meet people, but okay to meet people if they're there kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
And what kind of stuff did you do with your friends when you were growing up?
Just like anything and everything. We played, like you said, Yu-Gi-Oh. I know I stayed the night at one of my friend's house at one point, and we were playing like GTA and stuff like that.
I feel like GTA was one of those games where it's like you had to play it at like a friend's house. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
right, pretty much. But yeah, it's like, and then I had some Pokemon friends and stuff like that too. So, like, we were playing Pokemon and doing all that stuff.
And were your friends?
Obviously,
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, ain't none of us knew anything of any kind of competitive stuff we know now. It's just here's the Pokemon I thought was cool, so I'm using him.
Yeah. Weren't EV training and shit like that.
What is that?
Yeah, exactly. Were your friends at all? Oh, I remember this one. You have to like pick up items in like a row. You have to get like, yeah, stack them up. Were your friends more into the outdoor stuff than you were?
A little bit. And then like a couple of my friends were really good about stuff like that. But I just like, yeah, I'll be there if I have to, but if I don't have to, I'd rather not.
Yeah. That's fair, yeah. This really weighs you down.
Yeah, I know.
Systems.
It's like you get the high point ones or whatever, but shit.
And how have you changed as you've gotten older? So you mentioned that you were very introverted as a kid. How have you changed?
I'm still kind of introverted, but I'm also more willing to like step out of my box and meet new people. And I think it's my work that kind of got me that way. Because like we get new employees in, and first thing I want to do is kind of meet them and get to know them and stuff like that.
True. Okay.
Uh,
So you've grown
I'm
into.
still, yeah, I'm still kind of an introvert, but it's like let me at least meet some new people a little bit while at work, kind of deal.
Right. What about your interests? Have your interests changed at all as you've gotten older?
My interests have kind of stayed the same. Of Pokemon, I play a lot of RPGs, not just Pokemon. But like, I'm still not gonna get into any like the Xbox, the shooting games and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, nah.
Have you played the more recent GTA? I guess GTA 5 is the most
Nope.
recent. No.
I haven't.
No.
That was definitely something from just hanging out with that one friend, and to be honest, I haven't even seen that friend since high school.
Oh yeah. Do you keep in touch with any of your friends that you were friends with when you were younger?
I keep in contact with about 6.
6? Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually quite a
Three
few.
of them that I hang out with regularly, and then the other 2 of them I talk to semi-regularly. With the 6th one, that it's more of back channel talking, because I'm pretty much talking with her husband.
Okay. How's that work?
And, well, I'm pretty much talking with him, and it's like, well, how's she doing? And then I'll message her like every so often, kind of deal.
Were you friends
Like
with her husband when you were younger? Or is this like a?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was friends with the husband and stuff. It's one of those where it's like you're friends in high school and they end up just staying together and stuff like that.
Oh, that's nice. Did you have any romantic relationships in high school that you kept in touch with?
Nope.
No. Feel like that's really cool that they managed to oh, nicely done. That they managed to keep in touch all those years later.
Mm-hmm.
And make it work, because I feel like it'd
Right.
be very easy to get tired of someone after that long.
Right.
And what about your family? Could you share a bit more about your family? So you mentioned a bit about your parents. Do you have any siblings
Yeah, I mean,
or anything more about your parents?
I technically live with my mom, but it feels more like a roommate situation than anything like that.
Okay.
Just because it's like I pay most of the bills, I pay stuff like that, and I think I pay like electric bill, water bill, internet bill. She pretty much covers like all the other stuff.
Okay. This is kind of a give and take.
My dad,
And what kind of stuff do you?
my dad's one of those where it's like I talk to him when I absolutely have to.
Oh, okay.
If I don't have to converse with them, I definitely don't.
That's fair. What kind of stuff do you like? Do you and your mom do anything together? Do you get along?
Yeah, me and my mom get along really well. And I think that's also one of the reasons why we're able to live and be together and stuff like that in the same house. She's remarried as well. She recently remarried, kind of deal. Well, I say recently, but it's been like a few years.
That's pretty recent.
Kind of. Yeah.
And do you get along with your mom's new partner?
Oh yeah, I consider him my dad more than my actual dad.
Oh,
let's
yeah.
be honest. Hate this minigame.
This one's very difficult. The flying patterns seem very random.
I think the computers might win this more
Yeah.
than others. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I thought I had it for a second there.
Jinx throwing out those kisses.
Right.
Do you have any siblings or any family other than your parents?
Yeah. So I have my older brother who just got his doctorate. I like to refer to him as Dr. Asshole.
Nice, okay.
Because he is an asshole, and he wasn't always as big as an asshole, but it's like when I started coming out and stuff like that, he ended up, he likes to play the blame game a lot of times, and he wanted to blame my mom and stuff, and my mom just looked at him like, bitch, I found out yesterday myself, shut up.
And do you get along with Dr. Asshole
Yeah.
now?
Nope.
No, not at all.
That's why I call him Dr.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Okay. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I don't get along with them, and uh, I have a younger brother and a younger sister. Younger brother just graduated high school, and I was at his graduation last Sunday.
Oh wow. Okay.
So, so yeah, that was fun. And interacted with family as much as I needed to, and then went home after everything was over, kind of deal. And through my stepdad, I have like 3 sisters. One's older, two's younger, but they're kind of very keep to themselves of a lot of things.
Okay. That's a pretty big age difference between your older and
Yeah.
younger siblings.
Well, yeah. I mean, the younger brother, younger sister through my dad and stepmom. So
Okay. Got it.
me and my brother, I was in 2nd grade. My older brother was in 4th grade. So it's like, it's kind of just how things happen like that.
Yeah. I get that. And would you say that you're someone who gets along very? Oh, I remember this one. Would you say you're
Oh,
someone who gets along very well with your siblings generally, or your extended family more broadly?
oh, for sure. I get along with my little brother, little sister. Kind of. My little sister, when telling that, she's like, "So I get a sister now? All right." She was more happy about that than anything.
That's really cute.
Mhm. Oh yeah. And it's like my little brother was like, "Oh, whatever."
Yeah. Didn't care. What about extended
Yeah.
family? Do you get along with your extended family at all?
Oh yeah. I mean, my older sister I get along with quite often. The middle sister not so much, but that's kind of because of the attitude she keeps, kind of deal. And younger sister just like, oh, I'm gonna follow her because she's my older sister.
True. Okay.
It's like whatever. Yeah, for the most part, I get along well enough. But the one daughter, the only reason I don't get along with her that too much is just 'cause she doesn't she doesn't like to take responsibility for stuff and things like that, and it's just whatever. She'll burn bridges more often than anything.
Ah, okay. That sucks.
Yeah, it is what it is.
What about your job? Do you mind describing your job, your work history, education, that kind of thing?
So I work in the restaurant. I work as a server. I also do the to-go orders. I help out as a floor supervisor, like half manager kind of thing. I do whatever the hell they ask of me. Let's be honest.
Okay.
If they say jump, I'm sitting there like, all right, how high? Where am I jumping to?
I think I've asked you this before, and I think you said you can't say, but are you able to say what restaurant, or is it better just to avoid that?
I mean, I could. It's a restaurant called 54th Street Restaurant and Draft House. They're only open in like 4 different cities, states and stuff like that. So it's like more people probably don't even know like that. And it's like, yeah, okay, cool. You know where I live. That narrows it down to like a fuck ton of locations. Let's be honest.
Okay, fair enough.
There's still tons of locations. No.
And how long have you been working at that restaurant?
So this is coming up on my 12th year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you must be like close to management then.
You would think, but I kind of enjoy not being a manager. Kind of. I enjoy doing the serving and essentially whatever the fuck they ask of me type person.
True. Okay.
And because it gives me freedom to do stuff like this.
Right. That's nice. And what about so have you ever had a job before that, or is that where you started?
So I did. I've actually had 3 other jobs before this one. Well, I say not necessarily before, but 2 of them were before, 1 of them was same time. So I worked at a feed warehouse. It was my grandpa's company, and I got to work there as the deal was, so long as there's business, you can stay and work here, kind of deal.
Okay.
So the second that the business kind of started to run a little dry and stuff, because it's a feed warehouse kind of thing, I was gone, which I knew and I was fine with. Then I worked at a corner store grocery area for like a month. And the
Okay.
feed warehouse was like, I worked there for probably 5, maybe 6 months. Corner store grocery was only a month, and then I got fired, but the guy could never really pinpoint the reasoning of the firing. But because I like listening to things and being nosy a lot of time, and I overheard that someone was coming back from maternity leave, I'm over here like, okay, so I'm probably being fired to make room for them.
Oh.
If you want to just say that, fucking say it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna bother me. I know. But like, he tried to say that, oh, you didn't, like, I didn't stock the beer cooler the night on the Saturday night, and it's like, one of the meat market people had walked past and was like, oh, one of the beers ended up getting broken. We had to clean it up and stuff. I remember seeing it here there that day. And it's like, well, you didn't do it on Sunday. Look at the schedule. I'm off on Sunday. Duh, I didn't stock the beer cooler. I'm off. I didn't leave my house.
So they're just reaching for reasons.
Yeah, he was reaching. Well, that's all of those. And then while I was bussing and stuff at my work, our neighbor at the time needed help with his plumbing stuff, and we had a bunch of tools and stuff to help out, and essentially my mom like volunteered me to help him with his business and stuff, and I'm like, all right, fine. So I essentially got a job there to help with that, and it was good pay, and I couldn't complain about that. But like after that job was done, they basically fire off everybody, but they'll keep everyone's numbers and call them back. Since I was just a help out like that, he pretty much asked, he's like, do you want me to call you back if needed? Considering I kept some of my tools and shit kept getting stolen, I was just like, nah, I'd rather not have, like, cool, the money was good, but like I'm spending so much buying new tools because they keep stealing the stuff.
Oh, you had to buy your own tools for that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I had my own tools, but then they got stolen, and it's like, well, shit gets stolen, I gotta buy my new tools, kind of deal.
That sucks.
That was all the mini games.
Yeah, there is also a tournament mode if you want to try that.
Yeah, where do we go for that?
There's if you go back once more. I think it's back further.
Oh, back further.
Yeah. Minigame championship. That's it. And then there's also the quiz too.
Okay.
That might be hard to do while we're talking now. I remember that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you just do like, I think we used to do 9 as a kid. Okay, yeah, 7 works. It's got all these like weird rules too. It's like one person rolls a dice, and then as you get further in, so it's like the little hand pointing down means I get to choose which game it is.
Alright.
Try this one.
Go this one again.
And so after, yeah, whenever you're ready, you just press start. Ski
No, we didn't do this one. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think we tried this one. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong one. After you were, so did you move into? Sorry.
I don't even know what controls.
Oh,
I'm doing
it's the D-pad. Hold the direction in the D-pad and then tap the button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like you hold up and then press B. Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't like this one.
Just like subconsciously avoided it when we were doing the other ones. You're like, I don't want to do this. And did you? So after you finished that job with the tools, did you move into your job that you're at now?
Well, I was in the job that I was at the time still, so it's like it pretty much I just started putting more focus on that job, and also, by the time the next job came up, I was doing the to-goes, orders, and stuff like that. So it's like I was starting to have more responsibilities at my actual job kind of thing. So it's like, well, let's focus on that versus getting other kinds of jobs.
Right. Okay. Yes, this is to steal.
Ooh.
And
nice.
now you've been at your job for 12 years. That's awesome.
Yeah, 12th year is coming up.
And how? So we kind of talked a little bit about this, but if maybe you could elaborate a bit. How did you get into gaming?
Into gaming, I mean, I got into it when I was little because my dad and stuff ended up getting me the Game Boy Color. My older brother got the Game Boy Advance, or no, not he got the Game Boy Pocket kind of deal. So we pretty much were playing that, and he got Pokemon Blue, I got Pokemon Yellow, and kind of
Nice.
just stuck with the Pokemon series and stuff like that. And
Yellow would have been better to have on the Game Boy Color, I think, because you had the
yeah,
full
I
range
mean,
of
I had the
colors.
Game Boy Color, so
Yeah.
it was like it worked out
Yeah.
kind of deal. We had other games. We had Mario. We had I can't even remember because some of them were like one-off games that only ever happened on that system.
Right.
And then, yeah, I kind of just stuck with the gaming because it's like it was enjoyable to me. I couldn't enjoy the animals and stuff like that, but the gaming was just enjoyable to me.
Yeah. And what do you think it is about it that made it so enjoyable?
I don't know. I just think it's like I enjoyed the catching aspect of Pokemon more than anything, and Mario had the side-scrolling kind of deal. And shit, I'm trying to remember some of the other games, but it's like they felt more engaging. While it's like the animals was just, hey, go feed them and take care of them.
I find it kind of interesting that you were like, I don't like looking after animals, and then your go-to was to play Pokemon, a game that's like kind of about animals.
Yeah, but I don't have to like feed them, take care of them like that, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then it's like we did the sock show and rodeo stuff, so it's like
The what? Sorry.
okay, and then the like sock shows and rodeos and stuff. So like I would take my goat and essentially show it around in a ring and whatever, and whoever the judge was that kind of determined like, oh, which one's the best or whatever for whatever kind of criteria they're supposed to be looking for, kind of thing, end up winning, kind of deal. But then you lose that animal at the end. It's like, man, if I'm gonna take care of an animal, I'm gonna have it as long as physically possible. And
Wait, they would take it from
taken
you
care.
if you won?
Yeah, basically, well, even if you won, like San Antonio and stuff, after you've done showing on your goats or whatever you have, kind of deal, it pretty much either you placed or it went on the truck. Essentially, either way, you don't get the animal back to take home. So it's like I'd rather take care of a dog or a cat or something like that, to
Yeah.
where it's like this dog's gonna be with me for like 20 plus years versus taking care of a goat, turkey, or whatever the fuck, and I have it for like a few months and shit like that. It's like, man,
Liv said goat thieves. Yeah, like they just
I
took them.
know. Yeah, pretty much.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
I would not be okay with that. I mean, like
Nah, I hated doing
yeah, I can
doing
definitely see why
animals.
now.
Yeah.
And then what kind of games did you play other than like Grand Theft Auto after
Like,
that?
and I kind of stuck with the Pokemon kind
Yeah.
of deal. Me and my brother had some sports games that we'll play like Super Mario Brother or Smash Brothers and Pikmin. And we kind of stuck to the Nintendo ground
Right.
for everything.
You mentioned that you played PC games when you were younger. Do you still play PC
Yeah.
games now?
I still play some PC games, kind of deal. And if it's on Steam, I sometimes will play them. I played Phasmophobia.
Yeah.
When we played Goose Goose Duck together, how
Yeah.
many times?
Yeah. A lot of times.
I play a lot of PC games, but it's like RPG games are gonna always end up being in the forefront of what the fuck I'm doing.
Right. And what's your PC like now? Like
And I
specs
got a
wise?
laptop right now and it's pretty much it's a gaming laptop per se.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it definitely can handle a lot more than a lot of other stuff could. I know.
True, yeah. Does it get hot when you're... Oh, I just did that.
Oops, I did too.
Does it get really hot? Because I had a gaming laptop and it would get so hot.
It has here where I'm at now, but it's like at my house it doesn't. I think it's also probably partially because of how much that I have fans and everything going, while here it's just whatever kind of deal.
Nicely done. You got
Like
all of it.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't want to mess with any like the air conditioning and any of the settings they have, so it's like I'm pretty much just like, all right, well, if the computer gets hot, it gets hot, but it
Right.
doesn't overheat, so I'm fine on that end.
True. Yeah. That's good.
Mhm.
And then you said you're a huge Pokemon fan and perhaps the biggest fan that I know. Can you describe how what really makes Pokemon like a passion for you? So you described how you got into it, but what makes
I-
it such passionate?
I think I just really enjoy the collecting aspect and stuff like that. Shiny Pokemon's always gonna be now at the forefront of everything, just 'cause it's like, okay, you have this one, this particular Pokemon that looks this color normally, but here's it in blue. Whatever.
I know to anyone who's listening is probably like, who doesn't know what shiny Pokemon are, they're like, okay, so it's just a Pokemon of a different color. Like, I don't get it, but like, you don't understand the excitement.
Right? It's like, yes, sure, it's just a different color, but imagine that. Like, and I always describe like odds and stuff to a buddy of mine. I'm like,
Yeah.
think about it if I had a jar of a bunch of red jelly beans and there was one blue one.
Yeah.
And I said that the blue one is rare and it tastes a lot better and looks cooler than the red one. Let's be fair, you're gonna be going through that jar looking for that blue one
Yeah, exactly.
more times than anything.
What are the odds on shinies? It's like 8,062 or something.
Base odds are 1 in 4,096.
That's
Now
crazy.
there's obviously ways to improve that, but that's just like the base odds. Now, some of the older games were 1 in 8,000.
Yeah, it's insane.
Mhm.
And for those who don't know, like Buneary is doing a full national dex of shinies, which is
Yeah.
crazy. I don't think I've ever done a single like a national dex period. Which national dex means catching all of the Pokemon that are available. Like there's over 1,000.
There's 1,025, not including like various forms.
Yeah. And so she's collecting all of them,
I
but
want all of them shiny.
shiny with like that 1 out of 4,000 odds of catching them. Like,
Yeah, I've improved the odds on some of my hunts. I don't just do full odds.
yeah, that's true.
I try not to do full odds.
But even then, like even if you improve the odds, like what do you know what your odds get up to when it's
Yeah,
like kind of maxed out?
So my favorite method is Masuda method, and that's 1 in 512.
512 is still pretty crazy.
1 in 512.
I want to know what
That-
the math is for like trying to catch 1,025 different items with 1 in 512 odds, even if it's like maxed out like that.
Right?
Like you
Yeah,
must
could
have
you
seen
imagine-
so many.
Oh yeah. There's so many of them that I've seen. Like, I think the biggest, longest one like that with the eggs was 2,173. that I hatched of that particular Pokemon.
That's crazy. And like it's
Yeah.
not even just the hatching takes time because you have to like run around like crazy, but it's also the breeding and stuff. Like
Breeding, yeah, the breeding, then the hatching, and then and everything like that. It's like
it's dedication.
it's some dedication.
And if people follow you on your Twitch channel, what's the exclamation? I remember there's a command in your thing that shows what
So
what your national dex is at right now. Your
yeah,
shiny dex.
so I have right now I have the exclamation point that's for the living. That dex would be that exclamation point living,
Okay.
but and stuff like that. So, and then there's also I think like exclamation point list that kind of lists out for the current game that we're on at the time. But yeah, for altogether, it's gonna be exclamation point living.
Okay. Yeah, I remember. You have that like website that's got all of it tracked.
Yeah.
So if anyone's watching and you're ever in Buneary stream, just type in exclamation living and that will show exactly how many have been caught so far, and it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I need to update it, but I'm gonna do so when I get back home, because I've gotten a few shinies that weren't added onto it yet.
Oh
That's
yeah,
because it's like I'm not at home and I'm not sitting there looking at it right away.
right. Where are you at right now? If I'm allowed to ask.
I don't know, to be honest, off the top of my head.
You don't know where you are?
I know I'm at 500 something.
Oh no, I mean like you said
530.
you're not home. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. You said where am I at currently? Since I said I'm not home, I'm pet sitting for a friend of mine.
Oh, true. Okay. Is it for the Mayhews?
Yes.
It is. Yeah.
Yes.
I definitely remembered that.
Mhm.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh, no, it's not them. It's the people, not the Mayhews. The ones that they help work with them, kind of deal. But
True. Okay.
yeah, both Angie and Peter, that they both passed away.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. My bad.
I think I was a little low on that.
And this
Oh,
is
okay.
almost yeah. This is like you've kind of already covered this already, but how do you think Pokemon has shaped your streaming career?
It's honestly shaped it pretty well. In that essentially that's all I do for the
Yep.
most part. I'm willing to do other stuff, but it's like nothing else has ever come up to where it's like, yeah, let's go ahead and do that kind of thing. And I think it's funny because the very first stream that I did just to test stuff out, I didn't even do Pokemon. I actually did Goose Goose Duck.
Oh yeah.
Like I did it just to make sure everything of stream was working properly, kind of deal. But
Do you use
everything was fine.
Do you use a capture card for your Switch?
Yes, I actually have an Elgato capture card.
Yeah.
And stuff
That's what-
like that. It's currently up in the guest room right now, just because I didn't want to stream today with doing the interview.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm using right now, but I haven't actually streamed Switch before, so it took me a little minute to figure out. That's why I had to move all my stuff around because I was like, wait, how do I do this? Because it's hooked up to my
Makes
TV.
sense.
And my computer's in a different place.
Right.
And what about some of my favorite clips from your channel are when you catch shinies and how excited you get. Can you describe what it's like when you
So
when you
that's
catch
all
a shiny?
that's all the clips.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. But like, said describe the excitement.
Yeah, and like
So,
what it feels like. Yeah.
It feels nice to be able to get essentially what you're going for and stuff like that. I love when they go quickly because it's like, holy shit, we're already done.
Yeah.
But like when they go forever, like that 2,173, when you finally get it, the relief that the hunt is over, kind of thing. That's even nice, and it's like one of my buddies even joked that it's like, let's be fair, some of your standard clips are you just like yelling shiny whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of the ones that go a reasonable amount, though.
Yeah.
The ones that go long, or the ones that are catch me off guard, are much different reactions
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah, it's so
like I think
exciting.
there was one that popped up while I was getting ready to. I just did a prediction or whatever, put it up, and as the egg was hatching, I'm like, all right, predictions live, y'all, go ahead and put your points in, insert the shiny, and I just was like, you know, fuck the prediction. I guess some bullshit. I don't know what to click on now.
Yeah, but if you want to do another minigame championship, that works. Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah. All right. Alrighty, there we go. So on your Twitch profile, you list that you're transgender and you use she/her pronouns. And I was wondering if you could describe your journey so that cisgender people might better understand the importance of correct pronoun use and the journey that goes into gender identity.
Right. Yeah. So, and I was always interested in that kind of stuff, and I never really felt like my body was how it should have been.
Okay.
Kind of thing. And it's like living out in the country and living with like the family that I had, my dad and stuff. Yeah, that wasn't going to be an option. And there's a reason why I don't get along with my dad and my little brother now,
Right.
or older brother and stuff. And it's like, and I kind of wish I'd end up doing it sooner after I had left their house and stuff, because it's like I have to now like figure out my own internet kind of deal and stuff like that, or insurance kind of deal to kind of cover some of the stuff.
Right. What goes into those decisions?
Mm-hmm.
Like
for me, it's like just wanting to, like, we were talking about like relation stuff, and it's like one of the things that crossed my mind is like, how can I expect someone to love me when I don't even love what I'm looking at, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's important for everyone to love themselves first and foremost.
Right.
And so this is something that you've kind of always thought about?
Yeah, I've always thought about it, and I've debated it, and it's like, then I'm always knowing about like, oh, the cost, and it's like, well, it costs too much, and kind of just put stuff off, and kind of finally in 2020, I'm like, you know what? If I don't do this now, am I ever going to do it? And then am I ever going to actually be happy?
Mm-hmm.
And no. End up just deciding, you know what? Let's do it after all the COVID stuff is kind of like at the tail end of it, so that I'm not sitting there like panicking about stuff and anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then journey's pretty much been going ever since. I was supposed to actually have surgery back in March.
Oh yeah.
But things happened with the doctor. He had a family emergency, so it had to get pushed back.
Okay.
Oh. New date, once that comes around, then it's like, all right, now we're good.
Are you really excited?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. And what about what was that like growing up in Texas? Because I feel like that would have been a unique experience, having those those feelings in Texas specifically.
And I pretty much kept them to myself, because it's like I've got a dad who he didn't like that my mom ended up getting with a woman or whatever for a little bit, and it's like, okay, he doesn't even like that.
Okay.
What's he going to say when I say that about this? Yeah, I mean, there was 3 people that I had bad feelings about their reactions when telling him. 2 of the 3 confirmed my thoughts. The other one actually surprised me about his thoughts and stuff. And that was one of my best friends from high school and stuff. One of the 6 people that I still talk to.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And because he is also very country and stuff, but it's like he's also more open to a lot of stuff, and he's like, okay, what do you need me to do and help out with? I got you.
Oh, that's really nice.
Hmm.
And what was that experience like coming out?
It was nice and it was refreshing, and like my mom was more upset that she wasn't one of the first ones told than anything.
Yeah.
And I love my mom, but I tell her she's going to post it on Facebook and the world's going to find out about that.
Yeah,
I'm over
fair.
here like, bitch, I want to tell the world first.
That's fair.
She was one of the last ones to find out, just simply because I wanted the world to know before she goes and posts anything and stuff like that. And my friends that I'm actually pet sitting were one of the first ones to find out.
Oh, wow, okay.
Twitch was technically the first, but that's because I changed to the BunearyQueenAlexis before I went about to do anything. And a couple of my Twitch friends caught on.
That's interesting. So, did you feel more comfortable sharing that on Twitch than in real face-to-face?
I honestly felt both, just because it's like Twitch honestly was cool because it's like it's one of those where it's like, oh, if I have a bad reaction to the person, I can just block and not deal with them after anymore.
Okay.
Like real life, let's be fair, I still have to fucking deal with my brother.
Right.
Kind of know. And it's like I can't avoid my brother. I can try and do as much as I want to, but I can't actually avoid him fully.
Right. Do you think that's a similar experience just with all platforms? Do you think that's specific to Twitch?
I think for sure it's the same, because it's like Discord and all that. It's like you can basically just block anybody that's like that. It's like, oh, it's like, sorry, this guy's being toxic, block, ban, whatever, not deal with them.
True. Okay.
Same with Facebook. It's like, oh, look, it's like this guy's being toxic. Well, I'm going to just block the person. Look, I don't even see them anymore. They can't see me.
Right. So you can kind of avoid those negative reactions if you ever have them.
Right.
Okay. Do you think that do you find gaming to be a place where you can be more comfortable being yourself?
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's like just meeting so many people on Twitch, and because of streaming and all that, just lets me see like people from all kinds of walks of everything.
Right. And what about the correct pronoun use? Because how does it? What kind of goes into correct pronoun use in your reaction when people misgender either by accident or on purpose?
Right. On accident, honestly, it doesn't bother me, because it's like, you know what, you probably didn't know, and people slip up. Let's be honest. I know that. But it's like when it's like they're doing it on purpose, it's like, okay, it's been 3 or 4 times. You're clearly not trying.
Right.
Kind of deal. Like that bugs me, because it's like you want me to respect you on your stuff, but you're not willing to respect this.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing. That's something I keep trying to get my dad and an older brother to see. It's like, you want me to respect you on this stuff, but you're not even willing to do something even as simple as call me by my actual fucking name. It's illegal. I have the ID. I have everything saying this is my fucking name.
Right.
I don't know.
And what do you think it's like from their perspective, having known you as a different name and then changing?
I can understand it's hard, but like a lot of things are hard, but you're still able to do them.
Right.
It's more of a respect thing than anything. If you respect someone and you respect something, you're gonna put forth the effort, and it's not actually that hard. My honest opinion.
I feel as though you'd probably know the difference between like a slip up versus
Yeah.
a purposeful thing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I don't like we get new employees and stuff. It's like it doesn't bother me when they say it at first because it's like, you know what, you're new, you don't know, so I'm going to at least tell you. And it's the new people that it's like that correct themselves to be like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. That it's like, and then I never hear them mess up or anything. It's like, okay, I like y'all. Y'all are amazing. And at one of my old locations, we had a new person stuff. We were talking, and they end up coming up to me, and they're like, before I do anything, what are your pronouns so that I know this ahead of time? And I told them, and they told me theirs, and it's like, all right. And we were pretty much good the entire time I was over there.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the highlights of being over there.
Oh, that's awesome. That was actually something that really caught me off guard when I was doing my orientation. So I led orientation at the school I teach at. And when I first came in, I introduced myself, and then every student in the entire room said their pronouns first. And because I didn't do that when I was in my orientation, I was kind of confused. But then when it was explained to me afterwards, I was like, oh, this is like a normal way of just like introducing yourself, so that let's like get it out of the way at the start, so that there's no confusion later on.
Right. And why's it got to be this one? I've sucked at this one every time. Used to be good at this one. I don't know what happened.
There's probably a little bit of online lag too, so that probably does affect the timing a little bit.
That, and I think there's the I haven't played this in like 20 plus years.
Yeah. Game holds up though. This is still really fun.
I know it. They need to make a third one.
Yeah.
I'm being honest.
Did you ever play like Coliseum or Pokemon Battle Revolution?
I didn't. I wanted to, but when it came to like the Wii, 3DS, all that, I got to the age that my dad's like, all right, well, these kind of games, if you want them, you're gonna have to save up to buy some of these kind of things yourself. So it's like I pretty much saved up. I bought my own DS. I bought my own 3DS or 2DS or whatever, and I've been buying my own Pokemon games since he had said that. And it's like, fine, I'll pay and buy my own stuff. I don't care. I mean, it taught me budgeting. Let's be completely honest.
It's a good lesson. Something that I wish they taught better in schools, because I did not learn finance or like how to live as a person.
Yeah, I did, and it's like I had a career development class and stuff too in like 8th grade, and at the start and stuff, we basically like drew what a job kind of deal, and it's like, all right, well, here's how much you're gonna be making kind of deal, and here's like your expenses and what you want. And she's like, whatever's left over, we'll move to the next month, and whatever money you have at the end, gave us some like Monopoly money, and there was like a little auction of items.
Nice.
Kind of deal. I had the worst job out of everybody.
What's that?
I don't even remember what the job was, to be honest. But guess who just ran the auction?
Oh yeah.
Me, because I'm sitting there penny crunching and doing all that stuff, budgeting so damn well. I know that I basically had the most money left over.
True. That's awesome. That's a good, like, I feel like they should be doing that everywhere. I did not get those types of lessons.
Oh yeah, that it would make a lot of things and a lot of stuff a lot easier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I missed that class. That was a fun class.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. So you mentioned you still have 6 friends from high school. Has there been anyone else who's kind of seen your journey, so to speak, over the
Well,
last couple of years?
that would be probably like friends and people that I met outside of high school and stuff. Like
Hmm.
my coworkers found out like I would say couple days after my the friends I'm pet sitting found out,
Okay.
and it was the AGM at the time that found out first, just because I texted him to change the stuff that he could in the computer.
Right.
I know he did that, and then it's like the next day he was the one that was making the floor chart for the morning, and it's like immediately he had put my new name. He didn't even put my old name and stuff. So it's like a lot of people are like, well, who's Alexis? Who's that? It's like, hi. Like, where are you at? I'm right there.
That's really nice though that he did that right off the
Yeah.
bat.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now I'm actually reading the rules of this one.
Yeah. Fair. You have to tap it. Tap the button. Yeah, there you go.
I did a lot better this time.
Oh,
the computer one.
took
What the
it.
Whatever.
So, moving back into pop culture, on top of Pokemon, you're also an anime fan. What is it about anime that makes it so enjoyable to you?
Honestly, I just love the cartoons. And it's like I watched cartoons as a kid and stuff like that, and like anime is just a different culture kind of thing. Like most anime is coming out of Japan, so you get some of that culture coming in too, and stuff like that. I still kind of watch some of the American cartoons, but I more enjoyed the Japanese ones because like some of the storytelling and shit like that.
Yeah, so
Comes
like
out of it.
how does it compare to Western cartoons, like the similarities and differences?
So the one thing I like about anime is it's one story across multiple episodes kind of thing. There's an overarching story. I love American cartoons, but I just can't get to where it's like, oh, we had like whatever character development. Let's say like the stream was an episode and there's character development here. And then like the next one, all that shit went out the window and we're back to square one. The segmented stories between episodes. It's like, I hate that. I want an overarching story.
Right.
And you get that more with anime than anything. I know. Like we could spend 20 episodes on this one story.
So it's almost like it does it make it more engaging to have that overarching narrative?
It definitely feels more engaging because it's like you can put more faith and more attention into a character to know it's like, oh, he has all this character development and it holds over. I can root for this guy versus like, let's be honest, how many times has Homer Simpson and stuff done something stupid? Marge has left, sworn she'd never come back. He'll have this heart-to-heart moment. She'll come back, and then it's like the next episode, he's the dumbass that he was at the beginning of the first episode before. Like what the?
Yeah, I guess
clicked the
most
button too
people.
much again.
Yeah, I think I feel like most people have that kind of like natural character development, and if you don't observing that, it doesn't feel as realistic, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, how can I get invested into this guy's development when the next episode this shit ain't gonna matter?
Right. Were you always into anime even when you were younger?
I was, and it's like Pokemon's technically an anime.
Mm-hmm.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I think Yu Yu Hakusho is another one. I kind of watched a few episodes of Naruto, but like I could never tell you at the time like a coherent story. I know, but now I've actually watched Naruto and stuff, so I kind of know the story now.
Mm-hmm. But that's like a fairly recent
Yeah, I mean, Naruto's been around for ages.
No, I
Same
know,
for
but I
One
mean
Piece.
just the your comprehension of the story.
Yeah, I mean, now that I have my own computer and can do my own shit, stuff like that, it's pretty much, yeah, it's like, if I'm putting away time to watch this, it's because it's like I'm taking responsibility for if I'm forgetting shit, it's now on me for forgetting it.
I feel like that was a big thing, like growing up when you before we like could just like catch up with like
Right,
stream TV shows. That it was like if you miss an
right,
episode, it's gone
right.
forever.
Yeah, it's gone forever, and it's like now it's like, well, let me go on Hulu or YouTube or Disney Plus or Crunchyroll or whatever kind of deal to catch up on this episode. I mean, I might go into Crunchyroll watch a new episode of My Hero Academia that came out this past weekend here. So, I don't know.
What was that last one? Sorry, My Hero Academia.
Yeah, My Hero Academia.
What's that about?
So it follows this guy named Deku, and he basically lives in a world where almost everyone's born with a quirk or quote unquote superpower.
Okay.
He doesn't have one, but he wants to be a hero just like his the guy he looks up to kind of deal. But if you don't have this power, you essentially it's pretty much told that you can't do shit. Sorry, you're not gonna be a hero. Well, his hero ends up like in the very first few episodes revealing that it's like, well, you can, and actually the power I have can be given to others, in which I then don't have that power anymore, and ends up giving it to him. And
So
he's basically dealing with trying to become a hero while also navigating a bunch of villains that want to destroy everything.
okay. Do you find that story speaks to you at all?
I mean, I definitely like the story, and like there's definitely some characters that I like, and honestly, the idea of somebody who's basically powerless being told, you know, yeah, you can do something. Here's your opportunity,
Right.
kind of.
That makes total sense to me. Wow, that's cool.
Oh yeah. I think you've beaten me every time on this one.
There's some of them that it's just like as soon as I started playing it, my muscle memory just kicked in right away. It was like,
Right.
wow, how is this like 20 years later and I can still
I know,
remember
right?
it.
I think it's the same for that Eevee one for me, because it's like I've won that one every time.
Yeah, exactly. Just comes back to you.
Right.
Yeah, actually, this is another question I just thought of too. I just saw that. So, did you still watch the Pokemon anime?
I do. I still keep up with it. I
Yeah.
still watch it. I think it's nice that they actually let Ash retire.
Yeah, that's
and they actually let him go out on top versus it's like, oh, he lost, so that he's gonna retire. So or it's like let's send him to the next region. Kind of no, they let him retire. They let him go out on top, and now we get new protagonists and new stories here.
That's sweet. Yeah. What ended up? Okay. Spoilers ahead. By the way, if you're ever planning on watching Pokemon, please don't listen for the next little while. What ends up happening at the end of Ash's trajectory?
So Ash takes on the guy that's referred to as the undefeated champion. He's basically the world champion, kind of deal. So like the number one Pokemon kind of master kind of deal or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he ends up beating him in the battle. So now Ash is the world champion.
Okay.
And
what about all of his like his associates that he's had over the years? Yeah. Like
they've pretty much gone about and been doing their own thing and having their own journeys.
Okay.
Kind of.
Because I saw this thing on YouTube that said that Ash had a child, but I wasn't sure if that was accurate.
It's a fucking fan theory.
It's a fan theory? Okay.
It's not even confirmed. And,
it's one of those
people
things.
thought the new protagonist was going to be revealed to be his kid, and it's been revealed that's not the case.
Okay. I feel like it's kind of like Star Wars. It's like you should like make a really kind of like hard cut and just be like, okay, no, this is like we're moving on to a new story.
Right. Yeah, it's like they moved on and they've not really referenced much of anything of Ash kind of deal. And it's like, yay, let Ash be retired. Let his story be done. We don't need to go back to him.
Right. That makes sense. And what are some other interesting things about you or things that you're interested in that people in the chat may not know?
Man, we've gone over Pokemon anime. And just honestly, the fact that I just play in general any RPG games. And it's like it's not just Pokemon. There's one game that a buddy of mine on Twitch has been playing called Trails in the Sky. It's a JRPG game, and I really enjoy watching him play that game. Kind of, and it's like yesterday. Anytime he'll play it only on Mondays. It's like Monday will come around. It's like you are streaming the game, right? you're playing, right?
Don't leave me hanging. I need to see what happens.
Right. And I've kind of like jumped ahead a tad bit, but it's like it's more because it's like if in case I miss a stream, and I don't want to be like, ah shit, what I missed? What happened?
Yikes.
Hey, I won!
Nice.
Oh.
That was sweet.
I know, right? But yeah, it's like, I mean, I've been playing some mobile games and stuff. I'll play some of the gacha games.
Yep.
But when it comes to those kind of games, let's be honest, once it gets to the point where I feel like I have to spend money to get farther, I end up just deleting the game. I'm not gonna spend money on a game
Okay.
like that. I can't do it.
You mind just describing what gacha games is? Like, because I remember when I first heard that term, I was like, oh, like GOTCHA, like gotcha, you know, got you.
Yeah, so basically, it's like various characters or whatever from either a popular like series or something that is their spin on the kind of thing, where you basically just like pulling random chat. Think about like Call of Duty, like your loot boxes, but instead of weapons, it's characters used to fight, kind of deal. No, it's like rather than it's like, oh, we're trying to pull this particular gun. I don't know. I'm trying to get Pikachu, and each one has a specific rarity, and you can upgrade their rarities and shit like that. But once it gets to the point in whatever that the game is that it's like, well, I can't do it without spending whatever money to get this big character that you need. Well, I'm just deleting the game.
Okay.
It's like, oh, like I'm gonna use Call of Duty for a second. Oh, sorry, to be able to stand a chance in Call of Duty, you need this particular gun, kind of deal. But you're gonna have to end up spending like $20 to have a small chance to get that gun. So as much as I would love Call of Duty, not gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah, because it comes from, I think it's like GACHA, and I think it comes from like the like they're like vending machines, right? Like gacha vending machines in Japan.
Yeah, vending machines and stuff, and it's like essentially having a small chance of getting what you want. And it's like, I'll try as much as I can, but once it gets to the point that it's like, all right, you're gonna have to spend a few bucks to get farther. It's like, nope.
Right.
Once it's pay to win, I'm out.
It kind of makes me think of like gambling, but it's more like gambling rather than for money. It's like for a specific item, like a rare item.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Have you ever?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Have you ever been to or would like to go to Japan?
Oh, I would, but I'm too broke to be able to afford to travel and shit like that. It's like, oh yeah, I probably could afford to go to Japan, but then it's like I'm over here like, okay, but the money I'm using to go over to Japan and then come back, I still got to worry about my bills and all that. So I need to make sure those are in a row and good too
Right.
before I go anywhere.
That budget practice.
Yeah, that exactly, that budget practice. It's like, sure, I can go over there, but I know I'm going to be struggling coming back.
Yeah.
Kind of might as well just wait till I know I'm not going to be struggling coming back.
Yeah, that makes sense. What kind of stuff would you like to do if you went there? Like, would you have like kind of like an idea of where you'd like to go?
I'd go anywhere and everywhere that I could and see all the sights and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
You're
I want to
awesome.
visit Tokyo.
You're
I'd
so
love
cute.
to, even if
You
I don't
make
get
my
to go
heart
inside or
woot, woot.
whatever stuff like that. I'd love to go past like the Nintendo office and the Game Freak office and stuff. Be like, that's where all my money's pretty much going to.
Yeah. Oh, this is where all my investments have landed.
Yeah.
Oh, this is we tied, so we have to do a quiz question. Oh wait, what are the C buttons? I think it's the right stick. Was that right?
Oh. Yeah,
Okay.
right. Stick.
I could definitely
Yeah,
ask
like-
more difficult quiz questions.
Right. I mean, right? But like I said, give us a Pokemon Stadium 3. I mean, this came out with Generation 2 here. There's now
Yeah.
we're on Generation 9. There's so many more Pokemon.
So I played Pokemon Battle Revolution on Wii. We called it
Mhm.
PBR because we were also drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon while we were playing all the time. And
Mhm.
it was really good, but it didn't have the mini games, and just that
Right.
fact alone made it way
Yeah.
less fun.
Right.
It was just like
right.
3D battling, which was cool. It was like, oh, I get to see my Pokemon in 3D, but
Right.
yeah, without the mini games, not as fun.
Yeah, I like the minigame.
Yeah. Oh, did you guys tie
Oh
too?
shit, we tied. Wow.
Face off again.
I didn't even realize we tied. I thought I lost for a second there.
So, I'll wait until you're done this, and then I'll say the next thing. There you go. You got it now.
I saw blue on top, and I'm like, done.
Yeah.
That one.
I know colors.
Sometimes.
So I'm gonna ask. So people, if you have any questions for Buneary, now is the time to start throwing them out. I did see. I'm just gonna scroll back up here a little bit. I did see a question from Damien earlier. What is one thing you're interested in that no one knows?
One thing that I'm interested that no one knows. I feel like that's hard considering I pretty much let everything out in the open as to what I like and stuff. And it's like, and I'm not gonna do any horror games and shit like that. I'll watch horror games. I enjoy doing that, but it's like, as far as playing them, I don't know about that. I played Phasmophobia, and let's be fair, I was in the truck more than I was in the house.
Yeah. Were you
You're looking
scared?
for the ghost. No, I just was like, I want to stay in here. I don't get to die when I'm in here.
That's fair. I played Phasmophobia in VR, and that's like legitimately some of the most terrifying moments of my entire life.
Right. Yeah, it's like I learned enough by watching Phasmophobia to be like, okay, I know this ghost. I don't want to deal with this ghost. I'm going back to the truck.
Yeah. Safety first.
Yep.
Yeah, so if people have other questions for Buneary, you can throw them out now after this mini game. I'll go start scrolling through and read them out. Let's see here. I can't. I was gonna try and do it in between the in between the eggs. I can't do it though.
Right, no. This is one that you really have to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I never tried a Pokemon Coliseum, but Pokemon Battle Revolution we played a lot of.
I played almost all the Pokemon games.
All the like mainline ones, yeah.
Yeah, mainline ones, a lot of the side games and stuff too.
Yeah. What decision do you most hold dear when you're choosing a version? Because all Pokemon games, they come
I-
out with 2 versions that have different Pokemon, different things like that. Like, how do you decide on which one to get?
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of buy both.
You buy both, yeah.
So I buy both, and then it's like whichever one has the Pokemon that I want to shiny hunt and stuff more than anything. That it's like, okay, those are the cooler version exclusives to me.
Yeah.
I'll make that my main playthrough game, and then the other one, it's like, all right, I'm playing through it just so that I have a chance of shiny hunting these Pokemon, and I can get these Pokemon. But other than that, I'm not really playing it. Like I've got Scarlet and Violet, but if you look at my hours played, Scarlet is like well into the thousands. Violet, not as much.
So do you look them up? Do you look up the version exclusives and what the shinies look like beforehand, or you
I
just?
look up the version exclusives
Yeah.
beforehand. Shinies, I don't look them up until I'm going to shiny hunt them, where I can see that it's like, okay, that's in the area that I'm shiny hunting. Let me find out what the shiny looks like just in case I find it. Because Scarlet and Violet, they don't add any kind of shiny sound and they're in the overworld. So it's like, if you don't know what the shiny looks like, you're probably more times going to miss it then.
Right. That makes sense. Good to do that research.
Well, like Legends Arceus, there was a sound, so all you just listen and be like, oh, I heard that shiny sound. Where's the shiny? And look for something sparkling. Because they even added that effect.
Right.
Kind of.
Legends Arceus was one of my favorite Pokemon games, if I'm being
Oh
honest.
yeah, it's definitely a good game there.
So another question. I think there was a typo on that one, but what type of pizza toppings do you like?
I like pepperoni, sausage, bacon, ham, a lot of the meats.
The meats? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not very keen on veggies on my pizza.
And
We got another face off here.
what about pineapple? Okay. Oh, I got it.
Oh, I hit the wrong control.
Oh, right. Yeah. What about this was a very contentious subject. What about pineapple on pizza? Pea on pea.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
We got another no.
All right. Granted, my dumb butt had just the pineapple on pizza. I probably could have put meat on there and might have made it taste a little better, but from how I've tried it, then no.
That's fair. That was a conversation we were having last night, and we did a poll, and no one, but just by one. So you've added to it's now become a runaway.
Oh, right. Clicked. Oops.
Mandy says I also prefer the truck and fast. You guys could just like hang out in the truck. Renzi says, what is her favorite color? What's your favorite color?
Honestly, I kind of like red and black and stuff like that.
Red and black. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. You like the hard-hitting questions? Pineapple and ham is good.
Oh, you told me. What?
So, no, Jen. Thank you very much for following earlier. By the way, we were in the middle of talking.
No, what's up, Jen?
I don't know if this was asked during the interview part. What inspired you to start shiny hunting?
So, I mean, I played Pokemon Go, and I did kind of shiny hunted in that game because it's as simple as like click the Pokemon, see if it's shiny. And my buddy James and stuff, you'll sometimes see him on my stream if he's at home, my house or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He pretty much is like, well, you do it so much, you do it in Pokemon Go, and you enjoy that. Why not just do it in the main series where it actually fucking matters? And so I'm like, well, okay, I'll do that then. And I just really enjoyed doing it in the main series like that. And
the way you just described it sounds like peer pressure.
Oh, it was definitely peer pressure, but it's not like peer pressure when it's like, oh, you should drink because it's like everyone's doing it. It's like, well, why the fuck don't you do it this way?
Yeah.
Here, if you're doing it like this, it's like that makes sense.
Is James the person who's like lying when sometimes on your camera on the side of it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I've definitely
Yep.
seen him before.
Yeah. Yeah, he's technically a mod in my channel, but
Yeah.
that's because he's just one of my best friends, and he gets to have mod powers for being a best friend.
Nice. Is he one of your high school friends who you stayed in touch with?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. That's awesome.
One of my high school friends. Alright. He would have come up this week, but I was pet sitting, so I pretty much told him I'm not even gonna be at home.
Right. What is your favorite emote? Twitch or just like general emote? That's from Mandy.
My favorite emote? Honestly, I just like the bongo tap emotes and stuff, especially.
The bongo tap? I don't think I know that one.
Here, let me use one of mine of that.
Okay, yeah, throw it out there. I want to see it. Oh, that one. Sorry, yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. I do have that one.
Yeah, I like versions of that one and stuff.
That one's really cute. Yeah, like that. So yeah, if you subscribe to Buneary, you can click on Buneary's name right there, follow and subscribe. You get one of those emotes, and it's
You get that
very
emote
cute.
as well as like a few more of them.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite emotes that I have more than anything is this one. And there's a funny story between that one. There. It's
Yeah.
a fusion of Buneary and Lady Devimon from the Digimon series. And one of my emo artists and stuff was sitting there, and she saw people doing those fusion, and she's like, I want to do one. Someone give me a suggestion. I'm like, well, how about a little bit better than a suggestion? How about, it's like, here's my suggestion, and we make that an emote. And she's like, ooh, that's a good idea. And I'm like, all right, how much to make that happen? Ended up paying for it, and she made it, and I honestly love it because it's like you got my favorite Pokemon and one of my favorite Digimon just fused into one.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because I remember, I think I've asked you this before, and I said, which of these is the smallest one? There you go. Because you mentioned that your favorite animals were bunnies, but I didn't realize that the Buneary name was actually from Pokemon Go. So was that just like pure coincidence, or did you like start to like bunnies after that?
I mean, it kind of, bunnies and stuff kind of grew from that. It more became because of the brand, especially like Buneary's a fucking bunny.
Yeah, fair.
And then it's like a couple other like anime characters that I just came to like also happen to be bunnies, and it's like someone's like, you just like all the bunny characters. It's like, so
yeah, tell me a reason why I shouldn't do that.
What team am I in Pokemon Go? Mystic.
Mystic, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's Mystic. Renzi says Coops gives into peer pressure all the time. I do. That is true.
Yeah, I heard. So how was Drunk Mario Kart?
Yeah, I did tell the story of Drunk Mario Kart, hence the reason I no longer have Mario Kart.
And I have access to Mario Kart for the first time ever.
Yeah, for those who don't know,
I wouldn't say first time ever, first time in like years.
Yeah. I did used to own Mario Kart 8, and then when I went to go visit Renzi, we were staying in a hotel, and I wanted to show off that I could do drunk karting, and I could, but then I also lost the game. So there's like, it's upside and downside to that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it wasn't your fault, Renzi. I was trying to show off. Oh, Mandy also does Bongo Beat off, and that's awesome. Bongo Cat is adorable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Team Mystic. Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention to which one this was.
It was the Magneton.
You got it.
That you're gonna beat me on these ones, or I'm just gonna start clicking.
1, 2, 3. Nailed it. And
it's always the last one that I lose because I just start clicking buttons. Let's see, all for 40 points. Look, this is where Coops
you gotta
wins.
remember that Doug Trio is always in there. Diglett and Doug Trio always show
I may
up.
have clicked too many.
Oh, it's
I
gonna be
didn't click
close.
enough. I think we might tie.
We tied.
Yeah, we
Oh,
tied
and
again.
winner of this face-off takes the whole thing. Renzi
It-
says, so Mystic is the blue one, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think I have a T-shirt. I think I can't remember what color it is though. I remember I have a. I think I. Yeah. Okay. We'll see. Wait. Colors.
Silver. I mean, to be fair, the one I want isn't silver.
Yeah. Things happen. That is true. That
Yeah,
is-
I know people that play Pokemon Go still and stuff. From all the teams and stuff. One of my managers is on Team Yellow.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so if anyone else has questions, Jeff, so the answer to that question is things happened, and that's how I lost the Mario Kart game. I'll have to ask later. I mean, it's basically what it sounds like. I got super drunk, I went to go switch the game to another game and then put it down on a surface, and
we kind of lost
and then forgot.
At that point.
Yeah. So yeah, people have other questions to ask, and while I'm waiting for those, Buneary, do you have anything else that you would like to add or share with everyone?
Honestly, not that I can think of off the top of my head, but I'm sure I'm going to be laying down, it's like going to bed, be like, oh shit, oh damn it, too late.
Well, this is a good reason. So
Always happens. Like,
yeah.
I'm very forgetful about stuff like that. I'll go to a room more times than not and be like, wait, what did I come in here for? Go out and come back. I don't know how many times it's like table's been like, can we get a ranch or something? It's like, all right, go to the back and get the ranch. Forgot that I went back there for ranch. Go back to the table like minutes later. Did you ever get that ranch? It's like, that's what I was forgetting. I'll be right back.
You gotta earn those tips with your memory, though.
right. Sadly, my memory is not there a lot of times.
Ironically, your job has a lot of memory involved.
Right. Yeah, it's like it's a lot of memory, but it's like, oops. And we trained today, and it's like, and manager's like, was there? Then the trainee make any mistakes? I'm like, no, I made the mistake. We had one mistake, and I'm the one that made it here today. So it's like the trainee caught my mistake.
But yeah, this is a good opportunity if people haven't done so already to please follow Buneary. You can find Buneary's channel. I'm gonna do a shout out right now. Let's do that.
Yeah, I've been taking part in a Pride Month charity event and stuff, and all the other a lot of the people in the event are sitting there doing like incentives and shit like that. I'm not good with stuff like that. I will say that. But it's also because shit happens so spontaneous and stuff like that. Coops would be like, oh, here's a good idea. It's like, you know what? I agree. And do it right there. Versus it's like, oh, let's make that a challenge kind of thing. And it's like, I'll just be like, done. Like, I know so many of my friends like, oh, every 5 subs or whatever biddies, and we'll open up a card pack. Me? Yeah, new set came out. We're going to open up one of these TVs at the end of stream. And I'll just start opening up the cards at the end of stream.
Yeah.
It's like, and all the other channels, y'all got to pay subs and bits to get this. I'm just going to open them right up.
Yeah, and speaking on that too, so if you're able to follow Buneary's channel right there, I do already have, if you're in the Discord, I do already have notifications set up for Buneary's stream. So you'll see the next time she goes live. But that's another reason to come in next time, because if she forgets anything,
I totally will.
yeah, then it'll come up in the next stream. So you got to be there for it. And
it's like birthday's on the 27th. I kind of want to do a 24-hour stream. We'll see if it happens or not.
ooh, I'm holding you to that. I'm writing it
Yeah,
down. 24-hour
The
stream.
longest I've actually streamed for was 6 hours, and
Okay.
it was on the 31st and stuff. I went live at the usual 6 o'clock time that I always do, 6 Central, 7 Eastern kind of deal.
7 Eastern, yeah.
Yeah, and ended up like, all right, we're basically going till midnight my time, and ended up once it hit midnight, I was like, all right, well, we finished up whatever the shiny hunt we were on at the time.
Yep.
And I ended up raiding up.
How did that feel to get through that?
It was nice, and it's like it was very fun because usually I'm in a VC that only like my mods can see.
Yep.
And that particular day I was in just the general chat, and I'm like, anybody want to hop in and just talk and converse? You're more than welcome.
Oh, that's nice.
It's not for the faint of heart. Oh, I know.
Yeah. Those 24 hours are gonna go by very slowly.
I fully expect to do it, and like I typically do a lot of Masuda method hunting. That's probably gonna be the one time I barely do any.
Yeah.
And I hunt all my shinies like various other ways.
Well, can you describe?
I'll probably have to work like the next day, and
oh shit!
And it's like, Alexis, you seem tired. It's like, huh? I'm not. I'm totally awake.
That's hilarious.
I'm not tired. You're tired. We were saying something about explain something.
What was I gonna say? Not
Or describe something.
it'll come to me. It'll come to me.
Right.
People still have questions though. Mandy and I have modded.
It'll be like after stream when you're in bed and stuff.
Exactly.
It's like, oh right, that's what I was.
Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Liv says Mandy and I have modded a couple 24-hour streams. Definitely get a bit loopy near the end. Yeah. My 8-hour one, I was loopy, like, but
right.
there was a lot of drinking as well.
I mean, the drinking kind of helps.
Yeah. It passed the time, that's for sure.
Yeah.
13 hours and 14 streams.
At least a 2-hour nap at some point. No. But then it's not all 24 hours. It's 22 hours and a 2-hour nap.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if a buddy of mine's in town, yeah, it might be like, all right, you're on stream while I'm doing stuff while I'm taking a nap. But you can see my bed from my camera, so it's like,
yeah.
And I know his days off, and I know my birthday's not gonna fall on one of his days off.
Okay, I'm gonna go for this one.
Being wanted not to streamer, right? No shit.
Jeff was saying
plus the day after off. I don't. The most I do is take my birthday off.
13 and 14-hour streams were tough for me. I didn't know you did that, Jeff. That's crazy. Well done.
Right.
Oh my gosh, working.
The most I've done was the 6-hour, like stream till midnight stream. But that's mostly because it's like how I typically hunt, and then it's like, all right, well, call it there. But my birthday happens to fall on a Saturday, so it's like I could easily go live at an earlier time and basically stream until for 24 hours and whatever. And even if I have to work the next day, the earliest I'd have to work is 10. So I'd probably go like live on like 9 o'clock Central.
Okay.
And basically be like, all right, I'm heading to work at this point. If I was scheduled at that.
That's crazy.
To help open.
Don't think I could work after staying up 24 hours.
I don't know if I could either, but we're going to see.
It was it just came back to me. Could you describe the Masuda method? Because if people don't know what that means.
So the easiest way to describe the Masuda method. So you live in Canada, right?
Yep.
And so each region of Pokemon and stuff. Let's say I grab a Pikachu from one of your games from your region. You then get a Ditto or another Pokemon that can breed with Pikachu from, let's say, Japan, and that actually will increase the odds if they breed together to get an egg versus two Pokemon from your own game.
Right.
It was pretty much coined by the guy of Pokemon in charge named Junichi Masuda, who once they added regions to Pokemon, kind of made that whole thing of if you breed Pokemon from two separate regions, you get better chance of getting the shiny Pokemon.
I think that's one of the coolest things about Pokemon is even when they first thought of the idea, it was like, let's try and make a game where people have to rely on each other. Like,
right.
And then it just grew into like worldwide reliance. Like you have to like
right.
meet people from other parts of the world. That's like built into the game mechanically.
Well, at that point we also had the internet connection, so it's like we could connect to someone in that part of the world,
right?
If you knew people, kind of. And now it's like I could put my game in Japanese, and every Pokemon I catch is in Japanese and considered Japanese region. Well, then I go to my other game that's English, and I can basically Pokemon from this game and that game breed. I get the better odds at that point.
Oh,
like
I didn't know you could change that.
I have a Spanish Ditto that I got from a friend of mine who lives in Dallas that I use. But because it's a Spanish Ditto and it breeds with my English Pokemon, I get those increased odds.
Right. Okay. Let me just go through some of these questions here.
That's my favorite method. And someone asked me like before why I enjoy that method more than anything, just because it can be kind of boring, is how people see it. But I'm streaming and stuff, and I like to pay attention to chat and converse with chat.
Yeah.
More often than anything. And doing that method, I can see chat and interact with chat more without having to worry about the gameplay.
Right.
And that's why I enjoy it, because the gameplay and the shiny hunting is somewhat on the back burnerish. Well, it's like, all right, we're talking with chat, we're conversing with chat.
Yeah, I think that's what makes your stream so engaging too.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just reading through here. So I've modded enough 24-hour streams to know I need at least a 2-hour nap at some point. Yeah. That's fair, Mandy.
I said.
I take my birthday plus the day after off. Yeah, that's what you were saying earlier. That's awesome too. The perk of being a mod and not the streamer. That's true. Very smart indeed. My last 2 streams were those. So yeah, Jeff, that's crazy. I want to hear more about what that was like doing the 14-hour stuff, and especially I feel like Buneary would benefit from hearing more on that. A Saturday is good. It is. 2 in a row. Yeah, I didn't know it was 2 in a row. That's wild. The 27th is Thursday. Okay, that's wait. The 20 July 27th, Damien. Yeah, it's July 27th. Let me see if I can win this just by going back and forth like this while I'm reading. I had a weekend off between one stream was my birthday, one was my first Twitch stream anniversary. Nice. Okay. After a 24-hour stream in sleeping for a full day, that's fair. I think I would do the sleep. Yeah. Congrats on being able to sleep. 2 weeks later, my last stream was my Twitch anniversary stream. I had a 1-hour stream on my birthday this year, but that was super short. True. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. The only time I have a super short stream is when it's like we got OBS issues, and I'm like, no, fuck this. We're not dealing with this shit. And I just end.
Yeah. Have you been having more OBS issues? Because I've been having a lot more recently. I don't know if there was like an update or something.
I had some the other day, but it seemed like it was more internet provided than OBS.
True. Okay.
I reset my internet, and we had no problems.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I've been having a lot of problems with mine recently. Renzi, you took your birthday. That's true. You took your birthday off this year, and we're gonna have fun. I am going down to visit Renzi on her birthday, so I'm very excited for that.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what are some other shiny hunting methods? Because I knew the Masuda method. I've done that one before. I didn't know there were other ones.
I mean, each game kind of adds different methods. BDSP, Brilliant Diamond Pearl, those games had Poke Radar, kind of, which was basically you could see what was up to 4 patches of grass, and you would then encounter the Pokemon, catch or kill that Pokemon, and it'd have a chance to continue the chain where it's like you had 4 more patches of grass to spawn, and after each one, the odds increased.
Okay.
And so it's like after like 10 or I think it's like once you get to 40, you have the maximum odds that it'll give you, kind of deal.
And what are those odds? I think I've done that one too, actually.
I don't remember what the odds were.
No.
At 40. I'll be honest, I never got that far.
Yeah.
I always had the chain break at like 17, 18. I hated doing radar that. I'm like, fuck that. X and Y, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, the Generation 6 games had a method called chain fishing.
Chain fishing. Okay, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, where you basically, if you go, you can fish in the games and stuff like that. Oh, I found a Pokemon, right? Catch, kill, whatever that Pokemon. That don't move anywhere. Just put the rod in again and pull. And if you keep getting Pokemon over and over, it actually was increasing the odds.
Oh,
like
okay.
That. Sun and Moon had like the SOS method, which was basically Pokemon could call for help, kind of deal. And the more Pokemon that were called for help in a row, then increased the odds. One of my second favorite methods is Dynamax Adventures, which up to 4 people go into this area or whatever. At the end is a legendary. So let's say Mewtwo, since everyone knows King Mewtwo, right?
Yep.
And you basically will have to face 3 other Pokemon before you get to Mewtwo. And you're each given a rental Pokemon, whatever you choose, that's either going to help you right away with Mewtwo, or you might need to swap for one of the Pokemon you defeated in that particular path that's going to help you defeat Mewtwo.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, after you've defeated or lost to Mewtwo or one of the Pokemon on the path, you can then check to see if the Pokemon was shiny. It's actually got a 1 in 100 chance with Shiny Charm to be shiny.
Okay.
Without Charm, it's like 1 in 300. So it's actually got really good odds. The downside is it can take anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes to get through one Dynamax adventure.
Okay.
I know.
Is that what you've been? Is that how you caught the Stakataka one?
Yes, that was the method we used for the Sakataka. There's a Celis, like one other one. I posted a few clips like that. I think I posted a clip of a shiny Sharpedo in Noe's Discord.
Yep.
That was the same method we've been doing to get that one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a real easy method, kinda, but it takes a while. Because my particular hunt for Pride Month lined up with us having to do that method, and honestly, we've been hunting in that method on Fridays irregardless. Just happened to work out.
Do you mind? Because the charity that I have active right now, Southern Equality, was one that Buneary chose. Do you mind just explaining what the charity is all about?
So, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know much.
Mm-hmm.
Southern Equality, because I said I've been doing a charity event and stuff for Pokemon Pride with a bunch of other streamers.
Yep.
That's actually the charity we're supporting through the event right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can look up real quick and stuff. I just know it's the basis of it is pretty much like the charity is trying to support like the LGBT and various other people throughout the South for essentially equality and stuff. Like, as you said, being trans living in Texas is no fucking easy feat here.
Right.
Kind of deal. And it's just to help make stuff like that easier and better.
Yeah, I read a little bit about it. It said lived and legal equality is what they're shooting for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. One of my good friends on Twitch and stuff. That's the charity she's always chooses and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. So if you're able to go leave a donation on Buneary stream, that would be awesome. But it is the same charity that I have linked up here now.
Yeah. I have a link and stuff. It's !Pride for the link through my campaign.
Okay.
So the 24-hour stream that I was talking about, that is the incentive of if we actually hit the goal. Too. So it's like that's one of the things that I could actually figure out a good incentive of. Hey, let's actually do a 24-hour birthday stream.
So if you want to pressure Buneary into a 24-hour stream, now you know how to do it.
Yep, exactly. And I will do it. And obviously, I'm not going to do the only one method. I plan to do Dynamax Adventures, Soft Reset Hunt, Random Encounters, any shiny hunt that I could think of and do.
Right.
Soft resets honestly are one of my least favorite methods, but I'll still do them if I absolutely have to.
Gotta do it for the views.
Right. And soft resets are very self-explanatory in there. And that basically you're opening up the game, check the Pokemon. If it's not shiny, close the game, restart.
Yeah.
As one of my friends on Twitch once said, basically it's open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close.
Pretty much it. Also, when you played Pokemon Stadium 2 when you were younger, did you have the transfer pack?
No.
No? So this game let you import your Pokemon into the game from your Game Boy games using a transfer pack. And I had that, so you could use them to battle, but you could also use them in the mini games too, which was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like in this mini game, if I had one of these Pokemon, it would show that Pokemon with the name of that Pokemon, and if it was shiny, I guess. Actually, I don't even know. Were there shinies in Gen 2?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Gen 2, yeah.
Gen 2 technically introduced the concept of shiny Pokemon.
Right.
I said technically because that's obviously when we had color at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, shinies were determined by stats. While nowadays, it's just a RNG.
Mm-hmm.
And Generation 1, certain Pokemon could have those correct stats. So if you were able to find and get those correct stats, you could then move it to the Generation 2 games, or for Virtual Console now, you could move it up further like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then see that Pokemon be shiny.
Right. Yeah, because even for this game, like if you see in the top right-hand corner right now, it shows like the Pokemon names. It's like Toppermot and Almertop. Those would be, if you imported your version, it would be that one. But also in the mini games, it would let you use Pokemon that are not featured in the game. So there was one, I can't remember which it was, but like for example, in this one, you could, I think this one's only Hitmontop, but there were other ones where like you could use Ammonite instead of Togepi for the Togepi one, that kind of thing.
Yeah, like the Scyther pincer one. It's like, oh look, here's my Scyther that I shiny hunted.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think that's so cool. Something that
It
they didn't
doesn't
really
look
bring
as
back.
different. Yeah, that's because Scyther shinies kind of sucks.
Some
Not
shinies
all
just look the
shinies
same.
were created equal. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. That's one reason I like Masuda sometimes, because it's like those subtle shinies kind of deal. You don't have to look hard. You just wait for the sparkles.
Right. Ooh, okay.
Cool.
Should I call out work tomorrow? Is what Damien's asking. Damien,
Sure. No.
that's always a good and a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Nice way. You want to, or
And
feel
I'm
the
not
need.
because I need money.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what it comes down to.
And it was kind of slow at the start, and it's like they were sending some people home, and one of the people that was able to go home was like, "Hey, do you want to stay and I'll work for you?" I'm like, "No, I need to make money. No,
Don't take my spot.
no."
GG's. Well done on that. Congratulations. Final win.
Look.
Did you have anything else you wanted to add before we close out?
Oh, not that I can think of. But like I said, again, I'm probably going to be going off to sleep and being like, "Oh shit, that's right."
Yeah, that's how it always happens. But yeah, so make sure to
Yeah.
follow Buneary's channel. I'm gonna do another shout out. Thank you so much, Buneary,
Yeah,
for being here.
You'll typically see me playing a lot of Pokemon. I don't play anything else. I want to, but like I said, a lot of stuff happens more spontaneous than anything.
Yeah,
Like Saturday, we might be going longer or whatever, instead of being like, "Oh, you know what? Noe's playing Goose Goose Duck. Fuck it, let's play with Noe," and end up just streaming it.
right.
Hell, that might be something that pops up on the 24-hour stream, since Noe usually has the Goose Goose Duck lobbies on Saturdays.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So
you can join in
that
on that.
might. It's like, look, Buneary's not playing Pokemon. It's shocking. I mean, I barely play Goose Goose Duck nowadays, and it's how I met like 95% of y'all.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think one of the only people that plays Goose Goose Duck that I didn't meet through Goose Goose Duck like this is Tim.
Oh yeah. How'd you meet Tim?
Yeah. Well, I knew Tim because of Facebook. Me and him are mods in a few Survivor and Big Brother Facebook groups,
Okay.
and me and Tim were talking like one day about stuff, and I talking about Twitch and stuff. He's like, you know, like Ken and stuff are on Twitch and stuff from Survivor Good Bone. And I'm like, "Oh, shoot me his Twitch name and stuff." And I went to follow him, and he's like, "Well, here's a couple other people that I think are really cool that you should check out." And he sent me Bruno. He sent me Justin from The Amazing Race
Yeah.
and stuff. And that's essentially how I ended up meeting a lot of y'all, just from hopping in. And I'd actually joined before I'd switched over my name to BunearyQueenAlexis, but because I like to lurk and don't chat as much, I think more people didn't even realize and notice the name change. A lot of people just assumed that it was just a new person.
Right.
Different person. It's like, it even took me switching my Facebook account to being like, and having told him, being like, "Dude, that's my Twitch now." And it's like, "Oh," because he'd be telling me something that happened in Bruno's channel. I'm like, "You realize I was there talking, right?"
I was there for that conversation.
Yeah, it's like I was there for that conversation, and it's funny. And it's like I mostly stream Pokemon now, but it's like stuff happening in Goose Goose Duck was another reason that kind of spawned me wanting to stream, because one of the big ideas of me streaming was, I'm playing these games too. I have my side of the story of what's happening here. Here's what's happening on my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Because so many times you're playing games with streamers or whatever, and it's like, this cool event happens. Let me go back to clip it or whatever and stuff so I can show people, because showing people a clip is a lot funner than just being like, "Yo, check out, guess what happened yesterday while playing game,"
Yeah.
kind of deal. And it's like 9 times out of 10, it's like I'd go to Bruno's channel and either he wasn't over there, or he was there, but he was showing the chat something else, and it's like, man, I can't even clip it.
Yeah.
But like, I've got the streaming stuff, and it's like I can record even if I'm not streaming, and then just like cut down the video
Yeah.
and be like, check out this, what happened here.
Right.
Like,
That makes
imagine
sense.
you're playing Call of Duty, and it's like you get that amazing headshot, and it's like, well, fuck, I can't even show that off
Yeah.
there. Kind of new. So many times, right, Liv?
Yeah. It happens all
Like,
the
I
time.
remember me and Damien getting a lover's win, and it's like, off from killing Bruno, but it's like, how did we get away with that? Well, Bruno wasn't even looking at the game at the time.
Yeah. It's a good reason to record and stream yourself. It makes sense.
Right. Yeah, so many hilarious missed moments. Exactly.
Yeah.
So many missed moments just because of stuff like that.
Yeah. Makes total sense.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
read the closing out part. So thank you very much for being a part of this interview, and it's awesome to get to know our friends.
You're welcome.
It's more
Now, if
deeply
any
and
other
intimately.
questions pop up, feel free to ask and I'll answer.
That sounds good. Yeah. So
And
make
it's
sure to
probably
follow.
gonna happen.
Make sure to
Almost
follow
guarantee
Buneary.
something's gonna pop up and be like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, it'll happen for sure. And thank you so much for sharing your stories. And for everyone watching, please go and follow Buneary for some amazing Pokemon content, the clips of catching shiny Pokemon, everything like that.
Yes,
Thank you for watching and participating, Buneary. And if this is something that you're watching and you would like to participate in as well, feel free to message me on Discord or write it into my Discord that you'd be interested in doing so. I'll probably put a little thing looking for reactions for next people to do the interview with. Right now, the next person will be Renzi, which is kind of fun.
Alright.
I'm gonna
And
get
I'm
to
honestly curious how you knew and met Rinsey.
yeah. So we'll go over the story. I guess we'll save it for the interview.
Oh shit! Speaking of funny goose duck memories, like how many times have I killed you in front of Rinsey or killed Rinsey in front of you?
Exactly. It's part of
Like,
playing the game.
I think what one of the last times I killed Rinsey, morphed as Rinsey, and started running off. You just kept running after me just to make sure it wasn't a morph or
Yeah.
what was going on.
I would know. I would find out. So yeah, thank you very much, Buneary, and thank you everyone for watching. Buneary, do you have anyone you would like me to raid?
Shit, let me pull up Twitch here.
Yeah, you can let me know if there's a raid that you'd like to choose. Otherwise, I can open it up.
Let's see who's going live here. You know what? I actually do.
Yeah, awesome.
Here. Since we're talking Pokemon and stuff, and honestly, I was gonna go there anyways.
Yep.
The Joe Show.
The Joe Show.
Yeah, I'll put how to spell that in chat and stuff. He does a lot of Pokemon content, and the game I was talking about earlier, Trails in the Sky, and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
He
this
plays
person.
that on Monday.
Okay.
He plays a lot of other games. Right now, they're actually playing him and another buddy of ours are playing a fan game called Pokemon Infinite Fusion, where it's basically you catch one particular Pokemon and you can fuse it with another. So, we caught Mewtwo, I caught a Pikachu. You know what? Let's fuse them together, kind of deal.
Interesting.
And he's doing a Nuzlocke of the game and stuff, which is basically easiest way to describe a Nuzlocke is you get one encounter per route. If you fail to catch that encounter, it sucks to suck. You don't get a redo. And unlike normal Pokemon, that Pokemon faints, it's rendered dead. You don't get to use it anymore.
Right. So it's like permadeath.
Yeah. So imagine Call of Duty after the whole res timer stuff's up, and now it's like, oh shit. Well, if I die, I die. Well, and a Nuzlocke. Your Pokemon faints, it dead.
Nice. All right. So I'm gonna put the raid through on the Joe Show.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thank you again, Buneary, and thank you everyone for watching. And also before I log out here, I did want to say, so if you are able to download Marvel Strike Force with my link there and play through till level 7, that does help me out with my sponsorship. So I just wanted to plug that at the very end. Thank you all very much for being here, and I will try and do one more stream one night this week, I think. Otherwise, I will post in my Discord. Oh, and also there's going to be an X-Men watch party this week for X-Men X2, the second X-Men movie. So if you'd like to join that, you can join the Discord. Anyways, I will see you.
I need to copy that raid message.
Okay, yeah.
I'm bad about actually copying raid messages sometimes. And it's funny because I have my own raid message and it's like, oh wait, hold up. Before I start this raid, let me copy my own raid message.
Exactly. All right.
And it's funny because the guy we're raiding is actually the one that kind of coined and made my raid message.
Oh, really? Perfect. He's going to recognize it.
Yeah, because he ended up making the raid message. So it's like, and I'm like, you know what? I like that raid message. And I basically stole it.
Sure, yeah. All right. Use it up. All right. It's gonna raid automatically here in a second. So I'll see you guys all soon. Thanks so much. Oops.